The United States went from having a couple dozen mass murders a year to having hundreds and hundreds. How that happened, and the computer expert in charge of the deception, in this episode of The 10th Man. What Al Gore is to climate change, this man is to gun control. This is Mark Bryant, the director of the Gun Violence Archive. He's the reason Americans think we have a mass killing every day, the reason people think our schools, churches, and shopping malls are danger zones, the justification for common sense gun laws which make people feel good until the next crime happens. People are screaming bloody murder about violence in America, oddly, as violence is going down. Many of them want more gun laws based on the propaganda this man produces and the mainstream media repeat. For example, after the shooting at Michigan State University in early 2023, the news reported, "The same thing happens at least every day." 67 so far this year were Bryant's words. Do you remember one shooting like at MSU or Covenant Christian every day? Of course not, there wasn't one. But whenever there is a high-profile mass shooting, the mainstream media ask Mark Bryant how many there have been, and he says, more than one a day. How can he say this? The Injury Epidemiology Journal did a study of the topic in 2019. Here's their Venn diagram of the mass shootings reported by 4 different sources 2 years earlier in 2017. The huge green circle is the data set of Mr. Bryant's organization, the Gun Violence Archive. They say we had 346 mass shootings that year. These other anti-gun organizations, Mother Jones and Everytown Against Gun Violence, reported 11 and 18 respectively. The FBI reported 22. We have 11, 18, and 22 mass shootings reported from 3 sources, and from Bryant we have 346. So what gives? The clue is in every news article. They always say there's no universally agreed upon definition of a mass shooting. Then, after that shield against accountability, they quote Bryant's numbers. Not Mother Jones, not Everytown, not the FBI. Let's explore why right after I thank you for watching and request that you subscribe to my channel. I work hard on these videos because I appreciate you. If you'd like others to see them, please subscribe and help grow the channel. Now then, why do the media quote Bryant's numbers? Because Mark Bryant has his own definition of a mass shooting, and the news media play along. They ignore 3 sources in substantial agreement and quote the one outlier. This is not okay. We had a common definition at one time. Until 2013, everyone understood a mass shooting to be 4 or more people shot to death. There might be variations in the actual data collected, but the understanding was universally the same. Between 1 and 2 dozen times a year, some crazy man would go striding through a public space, killing as many as possible. It's been around for a while. We used to call it going postal. Then along came Mark Bryant, an old guy in retirement, coming out of surgery. He had to give his life some meaning. So he started the Gun Violence Archive. And all by himself, he decided a mass shooting was every time 4 or more people were as much as grazed by a bullet. Not killed, just touched by a bullet. So there's a shooting with no one hospitalized but 4 just grazed. It counts. It's not random, but actually gang warfare or drug activity still counts. Multiple shooters, no problem. Domestic violence, if it's with a gun, it's a mass shooting to Mark Bryant. If it's with a knife, it's not. Shot accidentally, murder-suicide, 5 guys shooting each other, self-defense, they all count to Mark Bryant. Sure, these other crimes and situations are bad, but why the change in definition? This kind of deception is puzzling at first, then just plain wrong. Why are they doing it? They are doing it to exaggerate gun deaths. especially the very rare random gun deaths that people fear could happen to them in what we usually think of when they say a mass shooting. Think about it. The real number of mass shootings is 1 or 2 a month. That's with 4 people being killed. And even in those cases, few of them are the random active shooter events we're being taught to fear. But the left is leading you to believe there really are 1 or 2 such incidents every day. Now, if Bryant told the people there were 500 gang shootings each year, people would want more access to guns. By telling the people there were 500 mass shootings just like the one at Michigan State University is what helps the uneducated to agree to more gun laws. And that is the reason for this great deception. Because you never heard a Democrat promise more safety. You never heard a Democrat congratulating another Democrat for less violence. The only victory lap you see a Democrat take is when they pass another gun law.